It's been a tragic day and a tragic morning, as well as a lot of families who finally realized that their loved ones had been lost and martyred in that gruesome attack of 40 security personnel of the CRPF in Jammu and Kashmir. They are waking up to that reality. At least 40 security personnel of the CRPF were killed and many others injured when terrorists targeted a convoy of car bomb at the Avantipura in Pulwama district, just 20 kilometers away from the capital Srinagar. It is the worst attack on the security forces in Jammu and Kashmir in the past 30 years. And people are still counting to see if it will go beyond that. Many more injured personnel are still in the hospital. Now, what really happened, what we know is that in the afternoon, there was an SUV vehicle carrying more than 350 kilograms of explosives. A car bomb rammed into the convoy of 78 vehicles, which was carrying over 2,500 CRPF men. All this on the Jammu and Kashmir highway. The stretch on which the incident occurred had been sanitized earlier in the morning, and authorities had termed it as a serious breach of security. Now, photographs showed charred remains of the vehicles, human body parts littered across the highway alongside the blue military buses. Pakistan-based terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed has claimed responsibility for the attack, and official sources said that the attack was carried out by a man called Adil Ahmad Dar, alias Wazas Commando, a resident of Kakapora, and he had joined the terror outfit just last year. Now, condemning the attack, the government in a strongly worded statement demanded that Pakistan stop supporting terrorists and terror outfits operating from their territory. The centre also appealed to the international communities to support the proposal to list terrorists, including Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar, as a designated terrorist under the 1267 Sanction Committee of the UN Security Council. The Prime Minister tweeted as well. He came out to say that the attack on CRPF personnel in Pulwama is despicable. I strongly condemn this dastardly attack. The sacrifices of our brave security personnel shall not go in vain. The entire nation stands shoulder to shoulder with the families of the brave martyrs. May the injured recover quickly, he said. Also, Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh will be visiting Srinagar today to review the situation and has assured a strong response will be given to the terror attack. All right, let's just go across to our reporters joining us this morning. Neeta joining us from the national capital to tell us how centre is actually reviewing the situation right now. Where is the investigation on this going? And also Nazir, there in the valley. It's a sad morning, Nazir. It has been a troubled evening and afternoon as well. But any more update on first the death toll and then the what's the latest on those who are still in the hospital?
Well, Sunil, through the night, the CRPF and the security force, they were actually struggling to ensure that identity of those who have died in this attack, because the impact of this attack is such. Recognizing the body is a challenge for them. So the embalming has been a challenge. So the death toll has risen more than 40. It is CRPF had officially told us 37, but then there are reports 44 may have been killed in this attack, and about 40 are injured in the attack. Some of them are still in a very critical condition, and they have been shifted at the Army's 92-day hospital. So everybody is actually trying to figure out what went wrong. How can a local youth, 19-year-old, school dropout, join Jaish less than a year ago, then transform into a suicide bomber, and nobody had an inkling what is happening, and they have fabricated all the RDX, and then they plan to carry out such an attack. And only warning they received was from Jaish itself. Jaish-e-Mohammed uploaded a video on social media showing a blast in Afghanistan, then threatening to carry out similar attacks in Kashmir 2 days ago. Based on that video, State Intelligence Agency warned such an attack in Kashmir, but nobody had any inkling why it is going to happen. There was no specific thing. There was nobody. In fact, police hierarchy were talking about there would be attack, but they were saying perhaps they are not getting a suicide attacker or a civilian attacker. So clearly some, a serious introspection needed for the state security establishment how to deal with this, because you cannot stop anybody if he is ready to die. Yes, you can prevent it if you have hard intelligence and actionable intelligence. That is always happens, because it's not first time, there have been attacks in Kashmir. It has been happening for last year 3 decades, and this is the worst attack in last year 3 decades of militancy in Kashmir, where in one single attack more than 40 security force personnel have been killed. So,
Nazir, just hold on to that thought. Just hold on to that thought. I also want to get in Neeta Sharma, and I understand Neeta has to then, get us more information coming in from the government as well. Neeta, the biggest question at this point has been that people are talking about a particular letter and a particular video that was given out, and that's where the question of the intelligence failure is coming in from. Now, sources have told NDTV as well, you've confirmed this earlier, that Pakistan-based group Jaish-e-Mohammed, who took responsibility, they had warned of a suicide attack in Kashmir just 2 days ago. The mode of attack was indicated by the video, and then it was uploaded online as well. So, is the government acknowledging the fact that this could have been a warning, and what is the action that they're planning?
Sonal, as far as the, this video is concerned, this was not only uploaded online, it was also shared among the Jaish cadres on a app, Telegram. That is the main worry, because how to keep a tab on these kinds of apps, these newly launched apps, this is the main worry. And the second worry is about the homegrown terrorism, which Nazir was also pointing out, because the Ministry of Home Affairs has always been, saying that the homegrown terrorism has been coming down. In fact, the Governor JNK, Mr. SP Malik, also yesterday night had said in last 3-4 months there were 0 recruitments, but last year recruitments there was a huge in number. There were almost 120 recruitments last year. That's the main worry for the intelligence agencies. And second is about how this explosive laden truck managed to reach the highway. That is the biggest question which all the investigating agencies and probe agencies need to answer, because there are so many checks and barricades on a national highway. Even if this truck was parked, or even if it was just crossing by and it rammed rammed into the convoy, how did it manage to reach the highway? Because there are so many checks, counter checks before you reach a highway. So there is some kind of a failure which needs to be pinpointed. This time it's going to be again, it's going to be a manthan of a sorts. The Home Minister is going along with the Home Secretary and senior officers of the ministry to take a stock and, to come out as to what went wrong where. Sonal?
All right. Thanks, Neeta, for that. Nazir, before we let you go, very quickly want to understand, do we know the update, the latest update from the hospitals?
Well, Sonal, the condition of, as I already said, of some of the injured is very critical, but we have the best hands of Army at Army 92 base hospital, who have been handling such cases for long. But in this case, it is unheard of such a magnitude of the attack, yes. Hundreds of kgs of RDX being laden in a car, and then that is rammed into a CRPF convoy, and carefully use the buses which are carrying maximum number of soldiers, and they were targeted. That is why there's maximum damage, over 40 soldiers being killed. Now the question is how government is going to recalibrate this security strategy to prevent such attacks. While the government talks about your 0 recruitment, this is all based on when militants themselves actually upload the videos. Look, they have joined militancy. But what about those who do that, who silently join militancy and then carry out such attacks? They had no inkling to what was happening. So it is a failure. Why was the local intelligence which could have prevented such an attack? Those questions will be asked. But right now,
lots of questions that require answers at this time.